on YouTube now.
All right.
Make sure that we are streaming and we can get
Okay,
started.
I have it up. As soon as that pops up, I'll let you know.
All right.
Hey, cute Karen. Uh-huh. Well, I heard that. Uh-huh.
All right, I think we're good, Big B. And we should be ready to go in a little bit.
All right.
I want to get on started today. And a lot of good stuff going on today.
All right, buddy. We are live on YouTube, Dr. B.
All right. All right, all right. Let's see here.
Yeah.
All right, I want to welcome everyone to the family tree. Put your hands together, family. Hey, come on, put your hands together. Good to see everybody. We say it's always good to be seen. Amen.
That's right.
Yeah. That's the truth.
Amen. That's right.
Good to be vertical and not horizontal. Got it? I want to welcome everyone to the family tree. We're going to get started. Hope you're doing well and your families are doing well. You know, this is our blast of Wednesday Holistic Health. So we're going to talk about all kind of good stuff today. Get your pens and pads. Get ready. We're going to go into some male and female principles today.
All right.
And also, we're going to talk about some of them cravings. Woo! Some of them got
Look
them
out now.
cravings.
Look on them.
Oh, man. Some of the cravings. That's
Yeah,
right.
crazy.
That's right. Many people have the cravings.
Well,
Why am I craving these things? So we're going to talk about some good stuff, but also we want to hear from you. So, Big B, I'm going
buddy.
to bring it on down there, buddy.
yes, sir. But make sure that everybody can hear me.
All right, we're going to bring more folks in, and we're going to stop sharing there. All righty, family. So,
Yes, sir.
again, we're going to welcome everyone. Hope you're doing well. And this is the family tree. If you're joining us for the very first time, this is the place where we gather around the tree. We call it
Yeah.
the tree of knowledge, the tree of information, the tree of the culture, the tree of the family. This is called the ancient laurel trees. And these ancient laurel trees is where we sat around and we got into the information about our family, our tribe, our people, our community. If you had a problem, you brought it to the tree. And from that, we say you can find all your situations and anything you got to go through. It's right next to you. How about that?
I know that's
You know,
right.
we used to say social security.
Security,
Y'all
there you
gotta
go.
say
Yes, sir.
say it slow. You gotta say it so. Social
security.
security. Well, that social security is not a check. It's your family. How about that? So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
say that your family is the closest and the most important thing to you. So today we want you to share with us anything you got going on in your heart, your mind, any testimonies, things that are going on that you've tried. We say bring it to the tree, and we can answer these questions. And hopefully, if we can't answer it, guess what? We'll find out some way to do it. If you'd like to join the conversation this evening, look down at the very bottom where you see the reaction bar. If you see the reaction bar at the very bottom, click it, raise your hand, and we'll put you in queue. Like Big B up there got his hand up there, and you can join the conversation. If you're someone that says, I don't want to be on, you're too beautiful to be on screen.
Well,
I understand.
hallelujah.
I understand. You're too beautiful. All right. If you're too beautiful to be on and you say, I just want to ask a question, you can put it down in the chat box and over there. And Prophetess, hey, Prophetess,
Fingers is in the house, buddy. Yeah.
Over there, AKA Fingers. She had to shake her hands last week because they was burning so much. She said she was waving, trying to get my attention, but she was fanning them out because they were burning so fast. She moved so fast. All right, Prophetess. And Prophetess will get that question to us, and we'll try to make sure we get the question answered. If you're someone that's joining us for the very first time, and you may be by phone, and you missed the prompt that actually tells you how to log in or to raise your hand, don't worry. Just let us know you're calling by phone, and we'll try to get to you. All right? So
Sure.
I want to say, let's give a big hand for the host with the most, Big B.
Yo,
Big
buddy.
B.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up,
Big
everybody?
buddy.
Carol G. Dr. Clorinda. From Philly.
What's up, Big B?
Big B.
What L, Big B? What L, Morgan? How you
That's
doing,
right. Hey,
buddy?
Big Keith. How you doing, man?
Oh man, we're doing good, man.
Yeah,
We're
buddy.
doing
Yeah,
good.
man.
You know, it's always good to get a refresher. This is a Wednesday refresher, I think. I
Yeah,
look
man.
forward
Yeah,
to
man.
speaking with you all to hear your conversation and what's happening in the world. This is how we sharpen each other. You know, they said iron sharpens iron, right?
I know
Y'all
that's
heard
right. I
that
know that's
expression,
right.
right?
Yep.
So this is how we stay sharp. So I want y'all to bring the questions this evening. Get your pens and pad. Let's get ready. Let's rock and roll, and we'll get into it. All right.
Yep,
But
and the
first-
thing, hey, Dr. Paul, if anything goes crazy, just do like Yaron and take a walk.
Take a walk. How about that? How about that? Okay,
Yeah, man,
Big B,
that was great
we-
last week, man.
Thank you, man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
but-
He's doing really well too. He's doing really well. We're getting great feedback and
Good,
response
good,
from
good.
it. It's actually a lot of people online are actually asking him now how to actually maybe perform in certain places. So he's doing really
Cool,
well. So
cool.
we're working really well with him.
Glad to hear that.
Okay,
man.
Big B, tell us, man. We want to find out. Give it our numbers because we're still keeping an eye on these things that are happening. This is the fall season, so we're keeping our eye on
Right.
these sub variants that are happening around the world. So tell
Hey,
us what's
man.
going on, buddy.
Yeah, we talked about that on Sunday. Hey guys, it's sneaking up everywhere. And you may,
Mhm.
hey, you may think it's gone, but it's kind of chilling, hanging out in the corner. It comes from my very favorite website. Actually, it's almost like a day behind, but the fact of the matter is that guess what? The information is still there. Our quick facts updated, and our total confirmed cases 697,437,485. Total critical cases 7,199. Total deceased 6,935,129. Total active cases 113,407,567. Mental health moment, Dr. P. You may not be able to hear, but total recovered 578,725,473. Yes,
Wow,
sir.
that's a lot of folks, y'all.
That's a
lot
whole
of
bunch of people,
folks.
man.
Hey, that's a lot of folks that are getting well. And we encourage the wellness on this page and this program that you can do anything you need to do to get well. Feed the body corrects itself 11 times faster than you get sick.
Yes,
so
sir.
we want to encourage you that no matter what you got going on, you can bring it back. All right. So we want to get started, Big B. I want to go right on in and start talking about some things today. But I
Mhm.
always open up with testimonies. We say testimony goes a long way, y'all.
Yeah.
And with the testimony, one shall set 1,000 flight, two shall set 10,000 flight. And we always like the testimonies because guess what? Every little bit counts along the way. No matter what you may be going through, you might say, well, yeah, I noticed my blood pressure was low, a little low. And they did tell me I may have to, I could get off this medication if I wanted to. Any of these things are really major success because somebody may be on that journey going into a storm. So maybe in the storm. And then there's some people coming out of the storm. So along the way, that goes a long way. So please share the testimonies we say. Don't let anything, just small thing, go share the information. All right. So as of this moment, we open up the floor to anyone. Before we start, anyone have a testimony on your heart and your mind you'd like to share of anything you may have been using from the family tree? The floor is now open. All
All
right.
right, Dr. Clorinda.
Miranda?
Actually, I have two patients that I saw, one yesterday and one today. And the one yesterday was a guy who had diabetes and a lot of stuff, but he had been doing better. And we were talking about, he has congestive heart failure. So he has to watch the kind of water that he drinks, how much water he drinks. So I asked him about the water that he was drinking. And I bought a Crystal Geyser. He said, I used to drink that. I said, why'd you stop? He said, well, my girlfriend just started buying this other kind of water because somebody said it was better. I said, well, she was misinformed. So I sent him, and he said he's going to go back to drinking at least the Crystal Geyser. And I sent him a screenshot of all the good alkalinizing waters. I met a guy today who's 59, moves around like he's about 90.
Wow.
I can say that because I met a 92-year-old today who was sharp as a tack. But anyway, he's got really bad arthritis, and He had a history of opioid addiction in the past. So he's real leery about taking anything. He's on Suboxone now. So I suggested to him that he try MSM. I told him it may not make everything better, but it may slow the progression of his disease process. So.
All right, that's awesome, Glenda.
Yes,
Dr.
indeed. That's what's
Glenda,
up,
we
Doc.
say thank you so much. You're doing great. And hey, y'all, come off from mute because this is
Indeed,
what we
indeed.
say. This is ambassador. It's an
That's
ambassador
right.
of health.
Thank you for your encouragement to your
Yes, absolutely.
Pass in the word.
You know, when you look at, when you talk about how the changing of water is dramatically going to change their life if they keep the process, how much it makes a difference. When you start to see the difference, when we test the water, we can see the difference between a crystal geyser, which runs around an 8.5, and then to someone that has like a Poland Springs or a Deer Park that's like a 6.2 barely. That is like light years when it comes to how it processes inside of you. So thank you, Dr. Glenda. You appreciate it so much, and thank you for that. And keep up the good work. I say keep in mind. You just always mention, the water always is a great segment to open up any conversation with anybody. You say, my leg hurt. What's wrong with your leg? How much water you drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I will be in Philadelphia right after Christmas, so I'll be seeing you.
All right.
All right.
I
Come
can't
on
wait
up
to
and
see
hang
you.
out with us.
All right. It'll be a pleasure. Absolutely. All right. Is there another?
Anyone else with testimony?
This is testimony like at church, ain't it?
What's that? Hallelujah.
We'll wait on you.
I have a real quick testimony.
Go ahead, Prophet.
Okay.
I was away this weekend since last Thursday in Dallas, Texas, and I knew that they weren't going to have any good water. So even though I asked the conference host to get me some beforehand, but bless the Lord, there was a Target across the street and I was able to go get me some Fiji and some Eternal, while they had cases and cases and cases of purified water. But one of the pastors came all the way from Hawaii. And while we were there for a sign language conference, I had an opportunity to share with her some of the stuff from the family tree. I don't know if she's here yet, but she was like, oh, I drink this kind. I'm like, you in Hawaii, you got the best water there. What are you doing drinking purified water because your husband brings it home and it's cheap? Oh, no, we can't have that. But she was blessed. I was able to share with her about the necessity for the good water, the pH numbers of water, how we do test the water and see, the difference in the hydrogen. I was able to share with her about Dr. Christopher's Eye Bright and the necessity for washing her eyes. And she said, oh, so that's why you carrying that bottle of water around. Yeah, because I'm away, I still have to get my certain amount of water in. So I had the big bottles I'm carrying around to the conference the whole time, but she was blessed. By the time she left on Sunday, she was grateful that she had met me. She said, I came to this city for one thing, and I'm going home with so much more information. She was writing, taking pictures,
wonderful.
And I was able to share with her Dr. Paul's family class here, the family tree, and hopefully I'll look through here and I'll see her online.
All right.
Well,
Let's
glad.
give a hand.
Yes, indeed.
You know what, Prophet, you got the ambassador already on your name.
Congratulations. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Share the good news. Share the good news.
Prophetess,
You know what I'm talking about? So all it has to be is one thing that gets you started. Got to remember something, guys. A lot of times when you don't think about it, if you start, then the Holy Spirit gives you the other stuff to bring up because it's conversational. God brings into conversation the things that you or the other person need for both of your learning at that moment.
Absolutely.
Amen.
And I want to show you all this right here. If you're interested in what is actually, how do you test water? This is one that's there. You see that right there?
Right there.
That is actually one of the water testers. These are hydrogen drops. And these are hydrogen drops that you can get from any stores. You can buy them online. This is actually can be found at any pool company, or even I've seen them in the hardware stores also.
Mhm.
So what is this? This actually is the proper way for testing water, not the strips. Hear me now. Do not use the strips for testing water. That is for saliva and urine only. The strips are. So
Mhm.
this is what you would use for dropping the water. Now, anyone know what color I'm looking for when I drop this in the water? Remember, this is energy only. This is not looking for chlorine or any different things, but this is
Purple.
just for energy. Yeah, the
Also the
highest,
purple.
the
Blue.
highest would be purple. That is correct.
Mhm.
What is considered neutral? What color would that be?
Blue.
Ocean blue.
Oh.
Actually, dark green. Dark green. Dark green would be your neutral color. If it gets start to get higher than dark green, then it gets into an aqua color. That's around a 7.4, 7.5, somewhere around 7.9. And then if it gets really good, that aqua gets into a purple. But if it gets less than a dark green, it starts to get light green. What do you know? You're going the wrong way. That's when you know it's going the
Yellow.
wrong way. It starts to get, yep, yellow, and then it starts to get orange. And then if it turns red, it's real bad. And guess what all purified waters are? When we test them, they are red.
Mm.
When we see them, that just shows you
That means stop.
that's
I know
going to
that's right.
that's going to strip the energy out of the body. So if you're eating food, it's going to strip the life force out of you. So that's why we want to get a good, get those hydrogen drops. This brand right here is Enagic. This is the water company that we do with Kangen machines, but you can go right on their website, download this one, or any pool company, you can actually download those, okay? All right, let's see. Let's go forward and let's see, who do we have here? Anyone else with the testimony? Thank you, Prophetess. We appreciate you. Let's see. Anyone
Okay, up
else
in the
have a
corner
testimony?
here, there's a quick question now, Dr. P. Want to know, is there an herb to use on your face for rosacea?
Yeah, you can use any types of, I would say, what are some of the number one symptoms that she has? Does she give?
Val, is there any particular things that's going on there, Valerie? I know you got to still be here somewhere. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't say, it was just that.
Yeah, so just let me just give you in general. So what you want to do is, I would always say whenever you're having anything like a rosacea or something like that on the skin, you have to start to now get things that deal with the liver. I would start with the liver. Hydration is key, but also remember, anything with dealing with skin is coming out, so it's pushing out. So you have to cool the skin. So you can get a lot of different creams that are out here that will cool the skin. You can do something like a arnica cream. There's sea buckthorn. There's lavender oils. There's a lot of cooling. So any of the cooling family would help with that. Okay. So I would actually ask more questions. What else did she say on that?
That's all. It was put in just like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so hopefully they're still online with us. Yeah, we can definitely look
Just
at
say
something.
Valerie, are you still on? Yo, Val, I'll look in the back, Dr. P, and see if she's there.
She
Thank you,
actually,
yes.
she actually said to hold on for a minute. It's for somebody else, and she's checking with them.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Thank
okay.
you.
Got it,
Thank
got
you.
it, got it, got it. All right, let's see. There's the question there at the beginning. What's that? Qigong? Who's that? Beginner's Qigong? What is he saying there? Prophetess, what are you saying there? Qigong? I saw Qigong pop up there. I don't have my my list up there.
Oh, no, I was just putting in the exercise links that you.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay.
It
All right,
says-
next.
I'm
Mhm.
sorry, Valerie says her face has been red for years, very sensitive to everything.
Mm-hmm. And it's very sensitive to anything. I would also look for that goes back to liver, immediately liver. Because you got to cool the skin. But because I have a lot of young children, young teenagers, people who have very sensitive skin, and they get the sensitive red and then the flushing in the skin. And all of those things we have to cool down. So the cool down starts with, things like the lavender oil, aloe vera gel. You got it? Combinations of things like that, not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul. Things like coconut oil, non-refined, That's unrefined, non-hydrogenated
Right.
oils. Got it? Things like that. You can make your own sort of concoction where you can put it together. All those are different ones that soothe derma, deal with issues with derma. Cool. So that is something that we use that can help with that process, but it starts, remember, inconsistencies on the outside represents what?
Inconsistency on the
On the
inside.
inside.
You got it. You got it. So something that's happening on the inside is what we have to correct. And usually that's cleansing the liver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All
All
right.
right, Dr. P, my mom is 90, hearing. Mom is 90, hearing almost gone, showing dementia symptoms. Anything to combat loss of hearing and onset Alzheimer's dementia.
Yeah, you got to watch. You know what's interesting? I was just looking at a study not too long ago about seniors and dementia. And, you know, they were finding of the seniors, a large portion of commonality was that they all had aluminum on the brain. Aluminum on the brain. So what is that? Aluminum on the brain has everything to deal with exposure
Mute
to
yourself, Maxine.
something. I got her. So
Great.
exposure to something that's causing that, you know, that aluminum. So we got to watch things like fluoride. I know I'm a stickler on this fluoride. You got to stay off the fluoride. Watch the toothpaste. All right. Also, watch out. Somebody's got to go on mute, y'all. Somebody on mute. Maxine, go on mute.
I'm coming. I'm trying to,
Okay,
Okay.
because I can hardly hear you guys. Period.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, you gotta, grab yourself. You can go on mute yourself and still be able to hear us though. Okay. All right.
I didn't know it
And-
was unmuted. Hold on. I mean, go ahead. I'll
Okay.
find the button.
Okay, I got you. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Okay.
And so what happens is they're finding all of this aluminum on the brain with the seniors. They can't find out where it's come from.
Mm.
We know where it's coming from. So we got to start to what? Stay off of the fluoride. Remember, fluoride is a byproduct of aluminum. Got it? Remember, it's a byproduct of aluminum, and they don't want to talk about it, but yes, there is. This is something you're saying, well, why is it in toothpaste? Why is it in toothpaste? Well, it happened when the elites, I'm not going to get into name calling tonight, but the elites of the world said, we're going to dig for our diamond and our gold and our precious stones and our minerals. And in order to get to it, I got to move this dirt out the way. And in order to move this dirt out the way, you know, it's sticky, it's ooky, and it's very expensive to clean up, you know, and that dirt has a lot of aluminum in it. So if we found somebody to take this off our hands, boy, we could make a whole lot of money. So maybe we can convince somebody to take this off, or we can convince them that it's a health product. Maybe they'll take it off our hands. And that's what they did. They found a test and said that 1/10 of 1% of boys from the age of 10 to 12, it actually helped their teeth. So we're gonna ride with that. So that's why it's in there. They added it to it, but it also is a problem because it's an endocrine disruptor. Got it? Binds to neurons in the brain, and they know that it also causes memory issues or endocrine disruption. Now, this is the part that really gets really interesting, is that they pushed it ever since the 70s, right? Y'all heard it. It said what? Those that brush with fluoride, what happens? It says have fewer cavities, right?
No cavities.
You're right, fewer cavities, but they never told you that nobody looked at the fluoride study, which says what? Though they gave the patient fluoride and all their teeth fell out. So the only reason they have fewer cavities is because they got no teeth.
No teeth.
That's exactly why. You got me.
That's a joke.
That's a shame, ain't it? So here you got to look at, when you're looking at this, also watch out for things like the aluminum deodorants. Got it? Aluminum products and things like that. Titanium dioxide. That's another one. These are things that you cannot absorb and therefore become blockage in the neuron activity of the brain and can cause memory issues. You got it? Because you cannot process things that are metal. Got it? You can't process it. So what do? Stay off those things. I can tell you one that's really picking up a lot of steam right now is the mushroom coffees or the cordyceps or mycelium network of any
Yeah.
mushroom.
Yes.
Y'all hear me? If you're doing heavy coffees and things like that, you may want to switch up from an acidic coffee to an all alkaline coffee. You know, these coffees are things like you can have like the chaga, the ganoderma, you have the turkey tail, you have the lion's mane, got it? You have the king trumpet. These are all
Hold up.
different types
That's
of-
me right there, Dr. Paul. Keep going advertising, brother.
Hey, and Farouk, get off my phone. Just
Remember,
kidding.
man. Okay.
He just bounced in on us, boy.
He just jumped in there, didn't he? He probably was hustling across the floor to get to the front. All right. So you see what I'm saying? So if you're talking about memory, you got to look for mushroom family. I would. That deals with cognitive. It also helps with the brain.
Yes.
You know, if there's too much more, not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease, just food for the soul, you got to throw in there Gotu-Kola. Gotu-Kola. And also the Bacopa we talked about. Probably another one that's not really talked a lot about with the brain is the ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha. Very, very good.
And all three of them are in the mind care.
Yep, in the mind care is very good. Yep, if you can get the mind care, you sort of got all three in one avenue right there.
Wait a minute. Don't forget the valerian root.
Valerian root, yes, valerian root. Any of those herbs that deal with pineal production, you know, the pineal gland. Y'all remember that list of the pineal gland? I gave y'all a list of all of those herbs and those fruits and things that also stimulate, that can help with the neuron activity. There was another one that I was looking at, but anything that binds to help pull out these heavy metals, you got to put in that same equation, the glutathione, okay? And also the alpha lipoic acid. If you decide to do another one, which is the vitamin C, make sure it's the vitamin C, non-ascorbic acid. If you decide not to go that route, or if it's not by fruit base, you can do the camu camu. That's an excellent one also. Camu camu is excellent for vitamin C, and it absolutely will help you with your blood pressure. If there was one herb or nutrient that I see so many people see much success from, it would be the camu camu. That purely C works very well, y'all. All right. So that's
Dr.
just.
Paul,
So
I got the coffee, the mushroom coffee, but I was concerned about this one. It's got the lion's mane, cordyceps, turkey tail, reishi extract, and ginkgo biloba. Is ginkgo okay?
Yeah, ginkgo is excellent. Yes. Y'all know the story. I told y'all the story about the ginkgo, right? Remember I told y'all, did anybody remember the story about the ginkgo? I tell the story so that y'all can remember. That's the reason why.
They're not taking mind care.
Go ahead. So the story goes, just so you remember that. If I tell you this, you'll never forget it. Well, the elephants that run, and you can find this on, anybody ever see the BBC with the animals? Anybody ever see the BBC? I would definitely suggest everyone just watch the BBC and the animals, and they show them in 4K, and they show them, you ever see them, Big B? Where they have the 4K and the beautiful,
buddy.
You put it on your screen, and it's absolutely incredible. What a great gift for someone in a CD form or DVD form or something. Well, anyway, they had one about the elephants, and the elephants that when it becomes a certain time of year, it dries up in parts of Africa. So they have to literally walk sometime hundreds of miles across the deserts to get to water again. So after they travel miles and miles as a herd, miles and miles, when they get to the other side and start to rest, guess where they rest? They rest in a ginkgo patch. Wow. And they sit there and they will chew this and rest and regenerate themselves because of the long journey, and it replenishes the whole herd. But the one thing I want to say to you, what has a memory like an elephant?
Well, besides my wife, hallelujah.
Boy, you gonna get in trouble.
Hey, Keith, I didn't say that. Keith said that. I heard him. I heard that was Keith said that.
That was Keith just said that.
I'll put it on Keith, man. Again, I'll get in
So
trouble.
what does that mean? It stimulates the brain and the neurons of the body. Now, only disclaimer is that ginkgo does thin the blood.
Yeah.
So if you're on a blood thinner, you got to watch that. And I did see one time, I think there is one juice I saw, I was in the supermarket, and they add ginkgo to it. And I said, oh, that's kind of dangerous, because people don't know if they're taking already a blood pressure medicine like a warfarin or something, and they're taking that juice, that's not good. That's not a good combination. So be careful about ginkgo only because it thins the blood even more. Got it? But excellent for keeping your body in a state of balance, getting the neuron activity, clearing the mind, all of those things, and also circulation. It's very good for circulation. Keep that in mind. All right.
Dr. Paul.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, I wanted to chime in because I've actually came up with a that says I want to let everybody know it's getting cold outside, man, and cells are slowing, with this coffee, but there's not this coffee. We got teas, we got hot chocolate, we got this organic dermal products, period. But also another testimony. I gotta tell you this one. So the zero water filter is I've discovered. I used to know somebody that used to use it, and they were heavy in herbs and like severely to the point alkaline was the way they went out. And when I tell you the zero water is actually pretty good, the filter is pretty awesome. I'm telling you, it's an investment.
What's that now? The zero water?
Yeah, zero water filter. Yeah.
Well,
and
you're talking about the picture one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to watch those. Remember, those are filtered. You see, the filters with those, the only problem with them is that they don't have the ability to pull out. If they took if they found 56 traces of pharmaceutical drugs in our water, that's after commercial filtration. They found 56. Those little filters ain't doing nothing. They're not going to do it. Not in this region. And that's because we have a large sediment. This is they call our area the land of eds and meds. There's a lot of dumping going on. Got it? So there's a lot of pharmaceutical companies. There's a lot of research going on. Y'all remember when they found needles down at the shore?
Yeah,
swimming around and
a
needles
whole
just
bunch of
floating in the river, in the ocean. Yeah, you got to be careful. So the zero water, I understand where they're coming from. And there were some that were getting into ionizing and things like that. But remember, ultimately, they're not able to do the job that it really can. You got to be careful with those, okay? So I will just keep that in mind. We'll talk later, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Dr. Paul, I got two questions.
Yeah, go ahead, Michael.
Wait a minute. Before we go, just raise your hand, y'all, so you can get up in the queue, okay? And I did want to say one more thing. I didn't finish up with the testimonies. I want to make sure that we get anyone that has a testimony on their heart or mind that they wanted to share, because before we started to move forward, I want to make sure that, does anyone have another testimony? I don't want to make sure I left anyone, all right? Everybody good? Everybody good? And all right, Prophetess. I see you over there. All right. Okay. So where are we? Where are we, family?
Okay. There was a question by Michael. Then we go up to Keith.
Oh boy. Just two questions. One is this Camu. How do you spell that?
CAMU. Camu.
Yeah. Okay. And then there was a note from Prophetess about the herbs to protect against radiation. Could you expand on what kind of radiation that's protected against?
Yes, that's you have any of the sea vegetables are good against. That's considered like the kelp, the chlorella, the bladderwrack. those are good. The nori, all those are good for all radiation and blockage, and including as high as strontium 90, which is actually dealing with power plants and things like that.
Yeah.
So, yep. So this is actually, the whole point is that when if you ever know anyone that worked at a power plant, they would give them kelp tablets. And these kelp tablets would help with the process so that you're not exposed to these things called radioactive isotopes. And the radioactive isotopes would actually block. So what you're doing is like shielding your thyroid so that you're not exposed to these things, because that's exactly what it would mess up, your thyroid. And remember, what's your thyroid do, y'all? It does what? It's for what? 3 things.
Temperature,
Pressure. And pressure.
Pressure,
Weight,
weight.
temperature, and pressure. There you go. There you go. All right, I see you. Hey, Dr. Lenny, I see you down there, buddy.
And spirulina.
Yeah, spirulina is good also. Spirulina is excellent.
Yes.
So any of the sea moss, all these are good shields of great protection, and also good for those women who have thyroid issues. If you're someone's pre and post chemo, somebody basically dealing with pre and post chemo, that's what we recommend, or we give those, or traditionally what's used on the natural side to help with that, to reinstitute the energy back in the body. Also, don't forget about the kelp granules, which you can use kelp granules as a salt substitute. That's a salt substitute.
Oh, okay.
Also,
Can Queen B, can you mute yourself, please, Queen B?
I might use that.
Thank you, Queen.
He was having conversations. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, also, Dr. Paul, just to let everyone know, spirulina is good after you have a hysterectomy also.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's so good in so many ways that sea vegetables, there's every mineral that is in the ocean. Do you know there's more gold in the ocean than on land?
More than a whole lot.
No, there's more gold
Yeah,
in
buddy.
the ocean than the land. Yes.
Hey, do you also realize that there is more ocean than there is land?
That's true.
That'll work.
Okay.
All right. I want to say something. I do have announcement here. And Prophetess, I just sent something over to you, I believe.
Did you send an email or on my phone?
On your phone.
Okay.
Okay, you can paste this. And this is to give you the heads up that we have a Reiki 1 class series starting Sunday, November the 12th. And that is Dr. Eloise.
Right,
She's
all
actually
right.
going to be doing that. Eloise Prescott. She's going to be
Great.
doing that. And the Reiki 1 classes, learn to harness the holistic powers of energy in the 4-class session taught by Dr. Eloise Prescott. Definitely a Reiki master teacher, and it's going to be at 7401 Old York Road, Elkins Park, starting 9 a.m. to 12 or 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. For more information, she didn't put a number on it. Yes, she did. There it is, 267 240-5109. She got caught up today. I had tried to bring her on, but she said she couldn't make it. But also, is Dr. Lenny there? Is he still there? Did he step away? Doc, before you go, man, come on, jump on real quick.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, how you doing, Doc?
Good yourself.
Oh, we're doing well, man. Everybody give Dr. Lenny a hand. Everybody
As
knows
always.
Dr. Lenny. Hey,
Always.
everybody knows Dr. Lenny.
Hey, Dr. Lenny.
Dr. Lenny.
I want you
Hey,
to,
Dr. Lenny.
and you know what, Doc, every time you're doing something, I always sort of miss out on you, but I wanted to make sure I catch you this time.
All right.
Tell us about the weight loss program you have going on. Is it a weight loss program or a challenge? Tell everybody what's going on.
It is a challenge. It's called Chirothin, and it's some peptides, amino acids, and some sensible eating. So really just trying to get people to clean things up a bit and follow something that's realistic and sustainable, and hopefully get off of some of the refined carbs, the sugars, the alcohol, etc. And the program has been around for a while, and I've thought about doing it, dabbling with it for a while, but they have an interesting perspective. Instead of the New Year's resolution thing, they're doing there's a loading phase, the 2 days before you start the protocol. But the first 2 days of the protocol is a loading phase. So they use Thanksgiving and the day before, the day after, as a way to kind of get you through the holidays. So you kind of do your thing on Thanksgiving, the day before or after, and then clean it up. So there's definitely some sacrifice, but I've had some colleagues that have done it with some great success and changed a lot of folks' lives, and just something we had nutritionists and different things in the past, and was something that I've been looking at for a while and decided to pull the trigger. So we have a little kickstart program. We're trying to see how we can integrate it and have some staff challenges to try and work through to get people to support us. And we're starting with a small group and kicking it off.
Okay, sounds great. And how long is this going to go again? How long is it going to be?
It's a 6-week challenge. So as long as folks wanted to do it by November 30th, we have, I think, 15 slots. We have 4 of them fill up in the last couple of days. So we're not BSing that. We're definitely don't want to stretch ourselves too thin, especially just getting it launched. But something we could do for the initial challenges. By November 30th.
That's great. That's
All
great.
right. So if anyone wants to find out more information, you got a number for them that they can call, that everyone's listening right now?
215-487-2500.
Okay.
487-2500.
Dr. Lenny, can you post that in the chat to me, please, or just post it, because that was too fast, and I'm trying to get Dr. Eloise stuff.
I talk fast and marble prophetess. I am guilty. I apologize. But,
that's all right. We can hang out with you, Dr. Lenny.
I appreciate it, buddy.
All right. Thank you, Doc. Appreciate you.
Pleasure. Thank you. Always appreciate what you guys do. Thanks so much.
All right. You see how we putting the pressure on y'all. It's around Thanksgiving time.
Yep.
And I know y'all done got the turkey already getting ready.
You know that. You know that, right? Yes, sir.
So we challenging you to do better and to eat better so that you don't get in a hole. Not too much, right? All right. Okay, let's get going. Let's see who do we have here. Either Big B, who do we have now?
We've got Keith up in the corner. He's the first man out the block. Keith, you there?
Keith!
Yo, what's up? How's everybody doing?
All right, man. How about yourself?
Doing good.
You know, about 4 months ago, Dr. Paul, I lost one of my 4K bottom teeth. And it's the one that you chew the meat on. And what happened was that I had to get it removed because it got infected. So I talked to you about possibly going to a biological dentist. And when I contacted one, he said that to get the 2 teeth, to get an implant, it was going to be for 2 teeth, $13,000.
Wow.
So,
I don't
have that kind of money. So I went back to my old dentist who, he wanted me to get, the implant, but it was with the metal, and I didn't want to do it. So he suggested the flipper, which is the partial denture. And it still it has teeth on it, but it has like a metal frame to it that hooks onto your bottom. So I was thinking about going that way because it's more reasonable in terms of money. But it has the metal part, it has a flex, or it has a plastic teeth. And I wanted to ask you which one you think I should get.
I would try to. I'm not a fan of this metal, and here's why. Here's why. See, anytime you have metal to gum, remember every tooth in your mouth is connected to an organ in your body. So that can cause long-term effects. They get a lot of titanium and they're doing a lot of metal bridging and things like that. But you got to be careful with this because ultimately you're absorbing that ion from the metal. It's constantly in the mouth. So now that can affect the autonomic system. The autonomic system is the walking, talking, balance, coordination. And that can damage things like the myelin sheath, which can deal with other things. So you gotta be careful. I would try to lean towards things that were not metal. Okay. And that's where I would really say this. In the meantime, do oil pulling, do things like packing, the packing, which is the
Right.
actual, about the packing we talked about.
Yeah, well, see, my gum where my tooth was is really it's hard now.
Okay, good.
But I can't chew all of my food properly sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's the problem I'm having right there.
Now the holistic or the biological dentist actually referred a metal to you?
No.
Okay.
They wanted me
they did the
to do it. It's going to cost $13,000 to do it.
But he still said there was still some metal there, though, right? I thought
No. It was a plastic. They would drill it in and they would put the tooth on top of it. But no, it wasn't metal. I went to another dentist because that was just too high, the biological.
Okay. I would still search around. I would not go immediately to anything. You gotta, once it's in, it's in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just saying a lot of people.
But with the plastic, with the partial denture, you have to take it out every night.
Mm-hmm.
You take that out and you put it in some Epsom sauce or whatever. You put it in, and then you put it back in. It's a flipper. It's a teeth with plastic on it.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about just going that route right now until I find out more.
I think you should, because I would see the long-term effects of metal in the mouth.
Yeah,
is not even accounted for. People are not really paying attention to this. There's books on the Great Root Canal cover-up. It's what they're doing. It's stuff that's going on. You gotta be careful with this metal in the mouth. It don't belong there. But we can do other things. See, technology's on another level right now. We can get something that's not as expensive. So I would just say continue to search, search around. And if I'll keep my ears and eyes open for you, okay? If I hear something, because I'm sure there's a lot of people going through it right now. Yeah. But just keep it clean. Just keep it clean right now, and the best you can. And I think you may need to go with that first one with the flipper for right now until you can find something that can work with you. Okay. But
like I said, one of the flippers has not the one with the metal, but the plastic one. Because it has a flex plastic and a hard plastic. So I'll probably, I'll go with one of those because I don't want metal in my mouth.
Yeah, you gotta watch the metal in the mouth, family. I'm just, I'm seeing too many cases where people have metal in their mouth, and it's causing disruption in the autonomic system. It causes issues with, that's the family, the Parkinson's, the the ALS, the Lou Gehrig's, the multiple sclerosis, all those things. You damage that myelin sheath, you're gonna lose that. It's going to give that trigger, boom, that thing that sort of breaking a line, and that can cause long-term effects. Mercury, all that stuff does that. So be careful, okay? Let's talk later, okay? And in the meantime, I'll keep my eyes and ears open for you. That's a good topic, though. I'm gonna write that one down because I'm sure there's a lot of people that are in that situation. Okay.
And the new big money maker in the metal market with dentistry are those implants.
Yeah.
And the dangerous thing is that they're telling people, yeah, you can get it, and we're just gonna take them all out today. Like, what? Yeah, all 20 of them. We're just gonna take them all out today. Like, what? Are you kidding me? Do you know people get infection and have died from getting those extractions all at one time because their pressure just goes sky high? Your body looks at it and like saying, what is going on? You're pulling my teeth out. And your body literally goes into a shock. And that can cause, a shock to the system. And some people have literally died. So be careful with that, with your teeth, y'all. Keep your teeth clean. Get into a routine of washing, rinsing, things like that as much as you can. Okay. So I'll keep my eyes and ears open for you, buddy.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, man.
All right,
Appreciate
good
that.
question though. Good stuff, man. Good
Before
stuff.
we go to May, Valerie, did you ever come back on? Because she was talking about,
Mm.
because we talked with her a little earlier, talking about what she was talking about, the rosé. Was it Roisha?
Mhm.
Valerie, are you back? Because she went to get some more information from someone. So prophet says. Okay, I guess not. All right, May, you're up next. You there?
Okay, just somebody else.
You're live, May. Go ahead.
Yes, I just had one quick question.
Mhm.
I wondered, I'm looking for, which I'm struggling with my eyes because I have to have some surgery. But anyway, where do I find the expiration date on my NGB? Because I'm ready to get back into it. I haven't been around, but I'm checking. I'm getting back in. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm back in.
Yeah. When did you buy your NGB?
I think it was last year.
Yeah, you better get another one.
Yeah,
Don't
no.
wait that long. Even though the expiration on it is usually about a year and a half, almost 2 years. As long as you
Okay.
keep it in a deep, dark, cool place, you know. Do you have the one in the jar?
No, I have the one that's in
the
that
bag?
In the
bag.
bag? Yeah. Usually it's like it's about 2 years. I believe it's a 2 years.
About
If
2
anyone
years.
has a bag, they can see it. It's about 2 years, somewhere around there. But yeah. So Mhm.
So I should just get rid of that. I've been trying to hold. I keep
No,
it in
look on the jar first. Look on the bag. It should be on there. It'll tell you.
Okay. All right,
Mhm.
I'll check it out. But I keep
Yeah.
it in the refrigerator.
Hey,
I don't
May.
know what this about.
Hey, May, I'm looking, it's on the back, white label, Best Buy, and the date is there.
Oh, it is? Oh,
Yeah, it should
okay.
be right on the back. Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll get it together. But that's all I wanted. And I'll be making an appointment real quick.
Don't worry about it, man. Once you get your eyes together, when you'll be able to see everything. I know that's what's
I
up.
know that's right.
I got
All right,
Blueberries and huckleberries for the eyes also, along with washing your eyes.
Say that again, Yvette.
Blueberries and what else, Dr. Paul? Huckleberry?
Yeah, blueberry. You got it. You do it. That's right. You answered it. That's right. Blueberries, huckleberries, lutein. Yes, zeaxanthin. Yep, all of that stuff. Good for the eyes. Yep. You know, vitamin A, of course, the quercetin, anything that's dealing with those areas, they can definitely help with the eyes. And also any anthocyanins. Anthocyanins or any of the purple. Any purple of anything, whether fruit or vegetable in the kingdom of fruit and vegetables, is anthocyanins, is good for the eyes. Wow. Good stuff.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right, man.
Thank
You
man.
got it.
Appreciate you.
Linda wants to know where you can find Mind Care, Dr. Paul. Linda Lucas.
Yeah, you can find Mind Care online. Himalayan is, or you're in Philadelphia? Is she in Philadelphia? Who is that?
Linda, Linda Lucas. Are you in Philly, Linda?
I did respond to her in the chat.
Oh, did you?
Yes,
okay,
I did. I get
okay.
mine from Amazon.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get it from HimalayaUSA.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that where you get it from, Nitha?
Well,
You
I
get it
got the
from-
Himalayan one, but I get it off of Amazon.
Also, you know what came through this week? We've been trying to get this for a long time. I've been working with Brother Shakir over at Wayne Avenue Health, and we've been trying for a long time to get the brewer's yeast. You remember I was telling y'all about the brewer's yeast?
Years ago.
The brewer's yeast is a non-active yeast that can be added to all of your green drinks or smoothies, the things that you take in, and it's highest amino acid of all of the brewer's yeast that you're going to find out there. You can add this to soup, salads, casseroles. You add it to anything that you want to add it to kick up the notch of the amino acids for helping your body to deal with the immune system. Also, great radiation protection because it's dealing with all the amino acids. If there's any of the highest ones, this company called Lewis Lab, write that down, Lewis Lab. This place moved literally to the Netherlands. They said, we out of here. It's too polluted. We're moving way into the Netherlands somewhere in the mountains. And our whole company, and they are running specifically just this product. They grow it on beets. It is one of the most powerful of those that, matter of fact, I gave this to my son when he wanted to grow taller. I'm telling
All right,
him now.
all right, all right.
Being around, he probably, yeah, he's good. Anyway, he wanted to grow taller because they told him when he was little, he said, you know, they did a growth chart when he was at the doctor's, and they said, yeah, you know, he was into LeBron James. Remember Big B?
Yes,
He was
sir.
like, he was into all the basketball. Yeah, I'm gonna be tall. I'm gonna be tall. You know, I'm gonna be tall. You know, and then when he went to the doctor, they did a growth chart. You know, computer growth chart, and it came back and said, "Okay, Jared, we're gonna tell you how tall you are today." He's like, "Yeah." So he gets in there, and the doctor says, "Okay, looks like you're gonna be about 5'7". He said, "Oh." He was like 5'7". He's supposed to be like 6'3". He trying to be like LeBron and all them.
Blew his whole thing, man.
He was devastated. So he was like, "Dad, you gotta do something. I can't do it, Dad. I can't do it. I got to be taller than 5'7". I said, "All right, I got you." Guess what I gave him? The brewer's yeast. The brewer's yeast is good for growth, development. Pituitary is the main gland for dealing with growth and development. So guess what? He grew up, now he out of me, and I'm about 6 foot.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So it works. If you have a child that may be, you say, may not be getting the proper nutrients, this is an excellent one to add to the food. Sometimes they can't take it. It has like a cheesy. So anybody ever had brewer's yeast before? Anybody ever had it or added to anything? It's kind of like a cheesy type taste to it. And some taste, and some people love it over everything.
I use it.
Yeah, so it's definitely a great additive to your foods to kick it up a notch. And it can be added to your green drink or to any of your, anything that you may have, like a smoothie or any soup. Soups are good also. So keep that in mind.
Salads too. Could you say what it's good for one more time, please?
You ain't gonna make me go through all that again.
No, just like three items. 3 items, that's all. Just 3.
Oh, good. Growth and development. All right. Growth and development. Growth, development. It also is an immune builder. It's excellent for pre and post radiation. Got it? We say not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. Got it? But it's excellent for all of those things when it comes to you starting to build your immune system back up. Okay, so it's an immune builder. It has all of the amino acids. It has the highest of the amino acids, and it is grown on beets, which beets are natural roots. Remember, beet roots are natural roots. Those are vegetables that are natural roots. So with that, it grows deep and in places where there's no pollution. So they're kosher. Matter of fact, y'all want me to pull it up and so you can see it?
That would be a good thing to do. See?
Yeah, who is made by too. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I can do that. Lewis Lab.
Lewis Lab, right?
Yep, Lewis Lab. Yep.
Here it is right here.
And it's available. Yeah, there you go.
Keith has it right there, Dr.
Keith has it right there. There you
go. Put it toward the middle, Keith. To your right.
Brand.
Right there, Keith.
Yep, that's the brand right there, Lewis Lab.
Okay.
And if I were to take you to their website, I can take you to the website. I'll show you. Let me know when you see it.
It's there now, Dr. P.
You see it?
Yes, sir.
No.
No, you guys don't see it?
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me try it again.
Buy it at? Where did you get it? In the store?
There it is. I got it right there.
Amazon has
Somebody
it.
was
I'm on
pumping
auto
that.
delivery.
Yep, there it is. See
There it
it?
is.
You see it?
Yes. Oh, Lewis.
Okay, so you see here, this is it right here. And again, supports healthy energy levels, naturally packed with vitamins, Bs, all the Bs are in here, protein, trace minerals, energy level, muscle development, and also workout recovery. If you're someone, like I said, I was giving it for my son, because he was developing his muscles and also his bone density. This also for someone who has bone density issues. This is your one right here, y'all. Got it? Let's see. What else is some of the highlights here? Let's see. You can see the testimonies. They go hide. Product store locator. So this is the official website. I would recommend you go directly to the website. Highest folate you're going to find. Pantothenic acid. These are all blood things also. If you're having issues with blood count, trying to build your blood count, this is good. Niacin. The other one is the amino acids. Check this out. These are 12 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber. When you need fiber to your diet, when a lot of people are having bowel issues, they need more fiber. You know, when you poop, does it float? That's what we want to know, right? Well, you take this, it's going to float. All right, no sugar, no sugar. And it's got 18 amino acids, and here are the amino acids. Got it? And in most
that
cases,
kind of information we need.
These are most of these are the essentials of the amino acids, I believe. Yeah, these are most of those essentials. Yeah.
Excuse me, Paul, when you say for the blood, you're not referring to blood clots, correct?
No, this is for blood enrichment. Yes, for if you're dealing with blood clotting, this can help in a lot of ways also because it balances out. Remember, when you're blood clotting, you got to watch your oils. That's your liver. Okay, be careful with the liver. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, so let's come out of here, Big B. Who else we have there? Anyone online?
Okay, Jay, that's J-A-A. Jay, you get your hand up.
Hi, yes, hello.
Uh-huh.
For a candida, I'm going to put something in the tub, and I was wondering, could you put baking soda in there or vinegar? Would any of that help with that?
So candida, you talking about on for the surface of the skin, you mean?
Yeah,
that you're exposing? Right, but here, remember, candida first starts when? Remember, inconsistencies on the outside represent inconsistency on the inside. Got it? So I would definitely move towards a paracleanse. You got to do paracleansing. And also you got to get your circadian rhythm together as far as your cycles and rhythms. You got to stay off meat for a while. Got it? Any meat?
Chicken.
Yeah, you got to stay off the meat for a little bit, you know, because what's happening is, remember, parasites, candida grows with, the highest would be sugar and meat. Those are the things, sugar, meat, dairy, those things that they proliferate with that. That's where fungus comes from. A lot of people having fungus in their toes, in their, you know, under the armpits, in different places all over the body. That's a lot because of the, you know, that comes from a lot of sugar.
Yeah, I eat a lot of sugar. I eat a lot of sugar.
Yeah, you got to back off that, right? So really, it's pulling off these things, but also getting in cycle and rhythm. Remember what the circadian rhythm is. Do you know about the circadian rhythm?
Sound like sleep. Is that something with sleeping?
Yeah, that is, but it's also 3 cycles of circadian rhythm you must know if you're trying to get rid of candida. You got to know what cycle you're in. Go to my website, drpaulherbs.com, and go to the download and download the circadian rhythm cycle. Starts with cycles and rhythms from intake cycle, which is from 12 noon till about 7 p.m. Got it? That's the intake cycle. 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. is assimilation, and 4 a.m. back up to 12 noon would be the cleansing cycle. So these are cycles and rhythms. You got to know, where am I at all time, and don't break the rules. Know where you are at all times and don't break the rules, meaning don't eat meat in your cleansing cycle. That's the first thing in the morning. Ain't that with some folk, y'all?
But does the baking soda in the water or the apple cider vinegar in the water help with that? Or that's just...
No apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
See
What
what's
about
happening with
baking
the
soda?
Baking soda is always an alkaline, so it's going to deal with, parasites, bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, parasites cannot live in an all alkaline state. That's true. So anything that's alkaline is going to deal with candida. But remember, the problem is not going to cease until you stop it from the inside out first. You got it? So you got to get those para-cleanse, get my colon cleanse. And I have a parasite cleanse that's specifically for things like candida and parasites and systems in the body, and also yeast build up. But you got to stop. The main thing is what? Watch that sugar. I got to pull off of that sugar.
And the meat, no chicken. Okay.
Yeah, you can do lighter things like fish, things like that. Remember, if it's fish, it's going to be what? Fins and scales, right?
Right. Okay, another thing.
No shrimps is
yeah, I don't eat the shrimp. I don't eat shrimp.
Leave the shrimps out.
Shrimps is
yeah. All right, Geritol. I'm hearing about. I'm on
Lord, Geritol. I haven't heard that name in a long
That's 130 years old. What you mean, Jay?
Like
Jay, where you find that?
Iron deficient because my hair has thinned out. It's long, but it's thin. And they're saying on YouTube that Geritol makes your hair grow. Is that true?
I would not mess with no Geritol.
Okay.
All right, you want to make your hair grow.
Yeah, I want to make my hair thick. It's long but thin. I want to thicken it up.
Let me tell you, I'm going to tell y'all something, and y'all going to say, what? But guess what? Hair loss has a lot to do with too much sugar.
Yeah.
I believe you.
It has a lot to do with hair
So
loss.
I'm really eating too much sugar.
Here's what the thing happens. Here's what happens. When you are
Too much
taking
what?
too much sugar.
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 Oh, sugar.
Right. Too much sugar is what? Refined sugar is dehydrated. Got it? It's concentrated. So that means it pulls from the moisture out of your circulatory system. So if it starts to pull circulatory system, you're going to start to have circulation issues. And guess what? When your hair cannot be fed, it's because of a circulation issue. That's why I can't pump to the top. So hair starts to fall out, gets thin, starts to throw you off, and also starts to cause things like thyroid issues. Got it? So it all comes back to sugar. Yep.
And one last thing, hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids. Is there a pill? I thought I heard you mention before for like hemorrhoids. Is it something that really gets rid of that or no?
Hemorrhoids. Remember, hemorrhoids are, number one, don't push. It comes from constipation.
Yeah.
You got it? Don't push. Remember we was talking about that circadian rhythm?
Yeah. But this is not for me. This is for my daughter. She said she doesn't have a constipation problem, but she says she gets hemorrhoids.
Right, but this is exactly the conversation. They think they don't have a constipation problem, but that's exactly what causes hemorrhoids. See, when you're pushing too hard. See, when the people say, well, I'll go to the bathroom, I go at least once a day.
Yeah, that's what she says. That's the exact word. She go every morning at the same time. She go every day.
Yeah, but that's the wrong answer. The right answer is if you eat, you must eliminate. Got it? So you got to eat. If you're eating 3 times a day, you should be eliminating 3 times a day. Yeah, I know. It's something. And that's where people have gotten we've listened to them saying they got 8 glasses of water a day. As long as you go once a day, you're all right. No, it's not. If you're supposed to empty out 3 times and you're eating 3 times a day, just in 5 days, what's that? How many bowel movements should you have done in 5 days? That's 15.
15.
Right.
Yep.
But if you only did in 5 days, 5, you're missing 10 bowel movements in just 5 days.
Ouch.
That's
all I can say is ouch.
But there's still no pills for that helps.
Sure, that's what the colon cleanse and the parasite formulas are. Yep, you need to go on that. But also, it goes back to eating out of cycle. You got to watch the cycles.
And the green drink.
Could you
Green
finish?
drink. Yep. There's so many things that you can do, but you need to learn. She has to learn, and this is everybody has to learn to get yourself back into rhythm. Your cycles. These are things that, you know, we gotta learn how to eat again, you know, and definitely when we see what happens with hemorrhoids, it's like you're pushing. It was always, when we were in school, it was actually described to us like turning a sock inside out.
Right.
That's like turning a sock inside out. And that's your lining around the rectum, pushes forward, and then the veins get in that area and they get an eruption around that area of inflammation, and then you can have the inner or the outer. So therefore, a lot of people have ends and don't even know them, and they become very painful. So it comes from stressing. Don't stress. Don't push. You remember you used to go to the bathroom, you see magazines in there, right?
I know that's right.
You used to go to somebody's house and they got the Ebony and the Jet.
Nope, not putting them out now because I don't want you in here long.
Could you answer the question about the hair growth?
Yes, that's what I'm
can you
saying.
take
Stay
for-
off the
no,
sugar.
what can you take for hair growth? That's what I'm
You can do a lot of different things, but it's not going to make a difference unless you correct one thing. It's not going to work. So there
I'm
are
not
some
a
things
sugar
that
person.
traditionally what can be used. One is horsetail. Okay, horsetail is good. Also another one for hair would be MSM, which is methylsulfonymethane, which is actually a form of sulfur. It's
Right.
organic sulfur. See, all these things are dealing with circulation. You got it? See, it's getting that back together, but also thyroid. So anything dealing with sea vegetables is good for the hair. All those sea
So what are
vegetables
sea
we
vegetables?
mentioned.
Look, the kelp.
All those ones we just went. I don't know if you were on when we were talking. We did
Yeah.
all of those that were good for radiation and chemo and all that stuff. All that's good. That repairs. That's why it's so good, because it helps someone who lost all their hair start to get their hair back.
Yeah, I have the MSM, but I don't know how to take it.
It comes in flakes. The best one is flakes.
Yeah, I have the flakes, but how do I take it?
You just take it as recommended on the bottle.
Yeah.
Always default to the bottle. And if you take it, usually it's a quarter teaspoon. Usually starts with like a quarter teaspoon. You can take it. Usually, I always say it pushes into the cell. Got it? So you could take this after your green drink, and then after the green drink, there about 30 minutes later, you take about a quarter teaspoon, put it in some water, and it pushes it right into the cell.
Thank you.
Okay.
So
All
they were
right.
saying something about the mega. You heard of the mega vitamins for iron? Mega. They sell it at Whole Foods. I think it's called Mega.
I wouldn't mess with anything that's hard caplets. If you're
Oh.
having, anything hard, you gotta leave it alone. You want nowadays bioavailability. Right. Bioavailability means powders, liquids, chewables, gels, teas, tinctures. Got it? All of these oils. These are the ones that you want that are bioavailable. So you don't have to work to get the nutrients. Got it? If you got to work to get it, then you got to use energy to get energy. So now you tired after you done took some vitamins and nutrients, and that's not working. You got it?
So what about the gummies? The gummies aren't good.
I wouldn't mess with no gummies.
Sugar.
Gummies are not only sugar, but there's also gelatin. So that comes from animals.
Yep.
Comes from bovine.
It sticks everywhere.
That's poke.
Yeah, it is.
Hawk.
Poke.
Well, Dr. Paul, getting back to the other person who mentioned about the bowel, the bowel, or what was it? Going to the bathroom.
Hemorrhoids.
The hemorrhoids. So when you're taking the green drink, for instance, the green drink with I take with the prune juice and everything, but something ain't working. But now I got to go for a pelvic floor procedure, and so I'm trying to figure out, like, we're taking all the green drink, taking the prune juice, taking the Marilax.
Yeah, that's the problem right there. You're taking too much stuff.
Taking too
See,
much.
you're mixing some things that shouldn't be mixed
No
together.
Miralax.
Miralax, no, you don't
got
need
other
anything.
things in it.
The highest thing you need is always a prebiotic. Who's the greatest converter, y'all?
We are.
We are.
We are the converters, right? So if we're the the converters, you shouldn't be eating anything that's already been converted. It's destroyed. It's already dead. So we want the prebiotic. That's the energy. The true nature of energy comes from prebiotics, fruits, vegetables, nuts, berries, seeds. Got it? We flip it and we convert it to energy. That's energy in the gut, which moves the bowels. Got it? But if you're now taking things that are having, these things are highly processed. They use chemicals, they use preservatives to keep it on the shelves. These are high industry companies and they are breaking all the rules. So you just start with a green drink and that will move the system. Now, also, I have one more thing for some people who say that I'm taking my greens and stuff and I'm still having constipations. All right, watch out for ascorbic acid. Got it? Some of that prune juice has high ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is not real. That's just like the orange juice, not real. Ascorbic acid is a synthetic that comes from corn. So it shouldn't be orange juice or prune juice, it should be corn juice. You got me? The stuff will back you up. It is not good. So you want
even
not
apple
ascorbic.
juice. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes apple may not bother people as much, but the one that tends to cause a lot of people problems can be the prune juice or the orange juice. So be careful.
Oh,
okay?
prune juice is the problem too?
No, you remember, you gotta listen now. You gotta make sure it doesn't have ascorbic acid. Got it? If you're gonna do prunes or something like that, you gotta do something. First of all, you don't take too much stuff. I think if you just go strictly to the greens, drink water in the greens, boom, that's it. If you do that, you're going to see a major change in your digestive system. Got it?
Okay, all right.
Also, aloe vera gel, aloe vera gel, aloe vera gel. We say
absolutely
not to diagnose fecal preventing disease, just food for the soul. That'll get you moving. Also, senna. Somebody mentioned senna. I heard somebody say senna tea.
Yes, senna is very good. Yes,
very good. But don't buy the senna that's in, Walmart. Not that one. Stay away from that one. Get the senna from a real store. Get the real senna leaf.
Right.
Okay, get that real.
Because I was even doing that. Nothing was working.
Yeah, but you got to give it time though. But also you got to watch for concentration. Stay away from refined sugar, refined salt, refined oils. Those are also things that cause constipation. And the last thing I want to mention to y'all, be very, very careful of frozen fruits and vegetables.
Really?
Absolutely. They put formaldehyde.
Yep.
Oh, gosh.
And it's stuff that they spray on. They spray on the fruits, right?
Yep, frozen foods, that causes constipation, major constipation, because if it preserves the frozen foods and the fruits and vegetables, when you get it in your gut, it preserves your insides, pulls the moisture off of it, makes you constipated. The other one is, and here's the last one, watch your spices. Watch your spices. Y'all hear me on this one? Is this
what's the spices?
Okay. All right. When you get the spices, watch your spices. See how all this stuff is going on, and we realize all this stuff is going. This is great.
Yeah.
Spices. Watch the Mrs. Dash, the Laurie, the adobos, right? The combinations.
That's everything in my cabinet. Well, what's wrong with Mrs. Dash?
All right,
Miss G.
Throw Miss Dash. Throw Miss Dash in the trash.
What's wrong with it? My mom swears by that. Oh my
All right, let me tell you what's going on. Remember, they're taking combinations to keep stuff on the shelf, right? Got to keep it on the shelf. How do I keep it on the shelf? I do one of many things.
Keep it dry.
I can I gotta dehydrate this some way to pull the moisture off of it so that it stays in an isolation state. That's why they do that. So if the more moisture I pull off of it, the longer it stays in isolation. Got it? That's the concept of dehydration. That's hydrogenization and all that, what they call PHOs. That's partially hydrogenated and hydrogenated. Got it? So your key is stay away from when you buy the spices and it'll say, Miss Dash, no salt. Right. You know, like, that's me, girl, that's me. That's my stuff, right? But then you forgot about the caking ingredient that's in it. See, it's a caking ingredient that allows it to not clump up. That's worse than having it with salt.
Oh man.
Also,
because it dries you out. It dries you out.
Okay.
So here's
So
what
that would cause you to have to get.
Absolutely. So here's what y'all gotta let me fuck. I know it's a lot, y'all. Let me hear. Here's what you gotta do. Here's what I suggest you do. You take a unrefined salt, like a Himalayan. If you get a sea salt as an alternative, make sure it's what? Gray sea salt. Not white, because white sea salt has been refined. Or you can take a kelp salt, which is the granules. Use that as your base. And then you add all of your herbs to it. So if you got the basil, the thyme, you know, the rosemary, the fennel, you add all that stuff to it. See, you're missing, you're eliminating two major things: refined white salt and caking ingredient, which is when it goes on your food, it's preserving your insides and it's backing you up. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
So have you had anybody come and told you they had this pelvic floor exam or?
Yeah, pelvic floor exams can be done. You know, there's a lot of ways when you're doing it, they're just trying to see where you are. See, your pelvic floor actually heats up more than any part of your body. You got it? So this is why we want to keep it cool in that area. That's why we say don't hold your pee. You got it? Don't hold your pee, right? Because if you hold your pee, you hold it in that lower pelvic floor area. That's the perfect condition for bacteria to grow. That's UTIs all day. You got it? Urinary tract infections. Got it? So many people have UTIs and don't even know it. Remember? Ladies, you have there's the small urethra than men, therefore you can get it faster. So you gotta be careful. You gotta go. Got it? Don't sit around and hold it. And with that, that's where we see a lot of inflammation. So remember, we're trying to keep things cool. So just do the best you can. Stay off of those processed foods I just talked about. And then the last one was the hydrogenated foods. Anything hydrogenated. Remember, that's the hydrogenization that took place back in about 1911. In Procter and Gamble. Remember, Procter and Gamble came out with Procter with the these people are like mad scientists. They came out
that's what keeps everybody alive, so they think.
And this stuff hydrogenates stuff, and it actually pulls the moisture off it. So creamers, like the carnation cream, your favorite hazelnut cream, and you put it in there.
Those are also flammable.
Oh God,
they're flammable.
They're flammable.
I know she is there.
Yeah, I did. They're flammable.
Yeah. Don't mess with creamers and smoke. Yeah.
She's absolutely right.
Well, thank you. Okay, all right.
So I think you got it.
Not all right, but I'm all right.
Dr. Paul,
yes,
it's okay to cut up our own fresh fruit and freeze it.
Yes.
And that's a perfect example. When you take an example of you taking your fruit and you freezing it, it's going to be a certain time before that becomes freezer burn. So you got to say, well, what am I doing? What are they doing that I'm not doing? Because their stuff stays in there for a long time, and then I put mine in there, and then next thing you know, it'll get freezer burn. So they're putting a preservative. That's formaldehyde. That's what they've been doing. They've been doing that for a long time.
And Dr. Paul, the other thing that you mentioned, I think was last week on the radio, I can't remember, that when you buy stuff that's already cut up and frozen, then you have that extra level of area for contamination and increase the risk of salmonella, listeria, and all that other stuff.
Absolutely, especially when you take things like onions. Onions, do not buy already cut up onions. Please, 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 never do that. Onions are too strong to be cut up like that without having, you ever heard people when they say they had a, so-and-so was rushed to the hospital, they had food poisoning, right?
Yes.
And they always, and what do they always blame it on? They blame it on some kind of mayonnaise.
Right.
Blame it on the mayonnaise.
Right. That's true.
Poor mayonnaise.
Yeah, mayonnaise.
It ain't the mayonnaise, because mayonnaise is shipped at a pH of 7.0. But it's the salad that it was in that probably had onions.
Yeah.
That sat and sat and sat. And remember, onions draw. And if there's any break in that air, in that bag or something, it's going to draw bacteria right to it. That's what they used to use back in the day when people got sick. They would take an onion and you would cut it in half and sit it by somebody who had lung issues, and it would draw the bacteria out of the air. It would
Right, yeah. Yep.
Yes.
And
my
then,
grandmother used to do that. Yeah.
That's right. You used to put it in some of y'all shoes. Some of y'all got shoes. Some of y'all got shoes. I don't know what that was. Somebody's going a little wild there. But yes. So if you look at the onion, it's been very misunderstood. Do you know that an onion? You remember the person, you seen somebody cut an onion and they cut it, and then somebody come and was like, man, I can't even get through this onion. I'm crying like a mug. It's coming out of you. It's pouring out of you. And then you got a person that comes behind them. They coming in there and they says, it ain't bothering me. I don't know what's wrong with you. What's wrong with this picture? What is affecting one person that's not affecting the other? Anybody?
Something wrong with somebody's system.
The one that cried is the one that needed the detox. You got it?
I cry all the time.
What's that?
Well, you need to be
The one that cried, what? Hey, man.
Yeah, so what happens is, see, the onion has rays that actually draw. That's why they put it in the shoes, they put it around the neck, things like that, and it draw. It's a draw. So it's been misunderstood that, this is what it does. That's why when people make the red onion tea, they think it's going to taste like the onion. It has nothing to do with the onion once it's in water. But when it's in the airways, it is used to draw. Corporate America used to use it as they would put it in, cut up the onions and put it near their heaters, and it would keep the air clear. This is wild. Yeah, this is what people used to do. So it's never leave an open onion in your refrigerator.
Wrap it in saran wrap.
Saran wrap, no saran wrap. No. Cover it all up in aluminum.
Glass. Put it in glass.
Isn't that right?
Yeah, glass or freezer bag.
You can use,
no aluminum.
No aluminum. No aluminum.
No, glass or a freezer
Put it in a
bag.
sandwich bag.
You can
Sandwich bag, yeah.
You can use a lot of different things. You know what they use? Some people will use a paper towel. Got it? Wrap it. And then on the outside, they would use like those wraps. So that would not be touching directly to the onion. But keep it closed. You got to keep it totally closed.
Right.
Because if that opens up, you ever come to see an onion and it actually turns black? You ever see it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, guess what? That's drawing the bacteria out of your refrigerator right there.
It's like you put it on your feet.
And then you say,
put it on
let
your feet.
me grab a little sandwich. Let me grab a little onion. As soon as you take that black part off, then you get sick right there. Got it? This draw, it's a natural draw. So it pulls bacteria out of the air. It purifies the air. That's what it does. So it's not bad. It's just, you got to know how to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, who do we have here? Big B. We went a long way with that.
Sure did.
I'm sorry, I'm
We're all
sorry, I'm
set
sorry.
now. 8:40, everyone.
All right, yes,
All right.
yes, let's see the same thing. Up next is Kathy. Kathy Henschford, you there,
Kathy.
Kathy?
Yes. Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank
Mhm.
you. This is going to be quick. I actually wanted to jump in the beginning when you were talking about the titanium dioxide, you know, and the toothpaste. Well, I'm trying to wean myself totally off of, cosmetics, but I use them sometimes. So I was about to order and I picked it up this week. And what do I look at? Active ingredient, titanium dioxide. I didn't even know that it was in the cosmetics. It's like a it's Derma blend.
Yep.
I'm looking at the toothpaste through everything like that out. Did not even know to look in that place. So I just wanted to say that, to the women or whoever on here, just check that too, because that's a whole another area that you might be having that issue in.
Absolutely. Titanium dioxide, remember, is what makes things shine.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? It gives the illusion that it's actually more delectable, looks more presentable. It's all about, Hollywood. It's all about making things bright. Remember when they first started using titanium dioxide, it was used as artwork.
Mm-hmm.
So you remember I think the first ones that I was reading about was the milk cartons. Remember the milk cartons? Remember the milk cartons used to be like kind of waxy. Remember waxy?
Yeah.
If your hand was wet, got kind of like this, got sweaty, got kind of ink on your hand. So all of a sudden, overnight, the milk cartons got this design and all these graphics, and then the cereals got the graphics. And guess what? Their sales skyrocketed. They said, wow, people like stuff that's shiny. Right. So wait a minute. If they like stuff that's shiny on the outside, maybe we should put it on the inside. So that's what they started doing. They put it in the foods. They started putting it in things like salad dressings. They started putting it in toothpaste. They put it in cosmetics. They even put it in candy. That's what Skittles are. Skittles are titanium dioxide. That's why just 6 months ago, California just banned all titanium dioxide. So it is something that will pollute your skin. So ladies, with the makeup, this is why a lot
But the thing is, on here, it says, which is misleading, decreases the risk of skin cancer.
Probably,
you mean they put something on that was misleading? Oh no, they didn't.
I hear you. I hear you, but
Oh no.
I'm thinking I'm reading everything now.
Now let me tell you why. Let me tell you why they probably made that statement. I'm just taking a wild, educated guess on this one. The reason why they're saying that is because they're believing that skin cancer comes from being in the sun too much. And remember, titanium,
they did say
titanium is harder than steel. It reflects light. Remember, that's what makes it shine. So if it reflects light, then we can say it stops cancer. You got me? Reduces the effects of cancer. You got it? You see how the play on words are?
Yep.
Watch it. This is what they're doing. So I know it's frustrating.
It's not one thing, it's another.
It's enough. It's enough. Yeah.
That's why we have to have the family tree family.
Soap to wash with then? I mean, we should have natural types of soap or something. So what would be a good body wash or soap then?
After your to pull off makeup and everything, a great one would be Himalayan salt. It's called you can do like we take the Himalayan salt, get a mason jar. Got it? Get a mason jar. And what you do is you take get a good water like a Himalayan, Crystal Geyser water. And I want you to take it about 3/4 high, not half, little past half. And then you want to take about 3 to 4 scoops. And this is like maybe about, maybe about tablespoons, or maybe 3 to 4 of Himalayan salt in there. And you make what's called brine water. Got it? Brine. Okay. And the brine, let it sit for about 3 days. Usually about third day, it's going to get real cloudy. Now that's perfect. So every time you keep it right in your bathroom, and every time you're ready to take off, your makeup, or you wake up in the morning, you just want to clean the pores, or just before you go to bed, you take your washcloth, dip it in there a little bit, clears everything out in every nick and cranny in your skin. How about that? That Himalayan salt is mean, y'all.
Wow.
That is something. And you would take that brine water and you would just increase it as it goes. So it only takes about 2 to 3 days for it to be cloudy. So when it reaches a cloud, you get the brine, it's called the brine cloud. Then you know it's ready.
But I'm saying, like, for your body, you know how some people use the Castile soap? I'm saying for our body.
Sure, you can use any organic soaps. You can use you can use any of those soaps. You got the olive oil soaps, you got the black soaps, you got a ton of them out there. A lot of brothers and sisters are making their own soaps. I say support them all. Anybody that's making them, just make sure there's no hydrogenization with them. Got it? Because remember, the hydrogenator is what makes, the whole purpose of hydrogenization is to make oils hard. Got it? That's why it makes the bar soaps hard. It was designed for soap. Got it?
Yes. Okay, so Dr. Paul, I was thinking, in addition to the testimonies, you might have an aha moment, because that was an aha moment for me. But thank you very much.
Aha moment.
Aha.
Yes.
All right. Yep. Watch the spices, y'all. Watch the spices. Yep. Make your own. Got it. Okay. Who do we have, Big B? We're almost
Okay,
running down to the
we
end
have
here.
we have 3 more. Well, yes,
Okay.
3 more. We got Beverly Miller, Nia, and Sydney. Okay, Beverly, you there?
Debbie. That's Debbie.
Yes. Good evening, Dr. Paul. Good evening, everybody. Bill,
Yes.
everybody.
Hey, Beverly.
I'm scheduled for PET scan on the 21st. And I have some spirulina, and I have my bruised yeast is on the way. And I also have shungite. What would you do before the CAT scan?
Well, I would
CAT
ask
scan,
more
I mean.
questions. Yeah, I would ask more questions, or they suspect something's going on. Because they usually order this if they feel something's going on.
Yeah.
Have you had a history of something going? Elaborate just a little bit for me if you can.
Okay, I was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer 27 months ago, and they want to see if it's gone anywhere else in my body.
Right. So here we go. Your real focus, if you have a history of that, I would be looking more lymphatic system. You got it? You got to look more lymphatic system. See, they're going to look, even if they do a PET and they're coming back and they say something, they're only going to recommend what? Radiation or chemo.
Radiation or chemo.
There's only one way for them. So even if that came back, we still gonna do this on this side, which means that you got to keep that lymphatic system cleansed. That's your main thing. Understand when they're talking about, lymphatic system is the sewer system of the body. They're not recognizing the true efforts of what it does. Remember, it's bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, parasites, cells that are dead. They're dying. You got to put it somewhere. Go put it into this trash can. But remember, they'll go in and do biopsies. They'll do PET scans and things and come back and say, well, we found cancer. All right, well, wait a minute. Ain't that where you're supposed to find cancer? That's exactly where you're supposed to find it. That's the trash can. That's like saying, looking in the toilet and saying, is there poop in the toilet? Of course there's poop in the toilet. That's where it's supposed to be. Got it? So here, follow me, though. I just want to tell you one more thing. I would say you're doing the spirulina, like you said, right? You're doing spirulina?
No, I didn't say I was doing it. I said I
okay.
have some.
Okay.
And I said I have some, I have the bruises. I want to know what I should do to protect myself from the effects of the radiation when I go for the PET scan.
Right, and that would be the spirulina. That would be any of the Puroresis, Puroresis, along with any and all the sea vegetables. That's what.
So
you
just
would be
take
doing.
it like before I go for the scan.
Yeah, that's usually what we do. We traditionally what's used. I can only tell you what traditionally. I don't know exactly your whole situation, but traditionally what you would do is you would. When is your scan going to be?
The 21st of November.
Yeah, you got plenty of time. Yeah, yeah. You would just take it every day on a regular. You got to get your greens up. You know, land and sea. So land and sea. Remember, alfalfa does the job too. Alfalfa is very, very good for pulling radiation and detoxing.
And I take the green drink, and I also bounce. I use my rebounder every day.
Excellent. So what I would definitely do is, the only thing I don't hear is you knowing exactly where you are. You got to know exactly, whenever anybody mentions the C word, you got to know exactly where you are at all time. You got to know that pH. You got to be a master at your pH. So I got to know where I am, what's my pH, when I'm doing this, you know, when it drops, you got to stay on it. Are you testing your pH at all?
I am.
Okay, and you're doing it right?
Yes, I am.
You're doing the saliva and urine. How you doing it? Just to check.
I do both.
Okay, how you doing it? Just break
And
it down.
I double the saliva and add the urine and divide by 3.
You got it. So keep that in your back pocket and test. That's where you know where you are. So there's no surprises. You got it.
But
so
even when my pH was 7 and above consistently, the cancer didn't go nowhere.
Well, it takes a while because the cancer didn't take just a little while to get there. You got it? We're talking about cancer takes 15 years to develop in the body.
Okay.
You got it? Takes 15 years, and then a couple of herbs ain't gonna knock it out right away. So you gotta stay, you gotta stay consistent. You got it? See, it has to be able to allow the body a certain level of frequency to I can do and to make this thing happen. And I know we want it to happen fast, but really we got to look at it as cancer takes about 15 years. I mean, verifiably, they say it takes been going on about 15 years.
Yeah.
It's been tearing down. So you got to really stay, and you got to stay on top of it. Do your numbers, okay? Just don't quit, though. Stay on top of it. You'll see the change.
And another thing, I started using the Miracle Mineral Solution, and I did it for about 2 months. I did the bag, the enema, the put it on your skin, spraying it. I mean, I was doing everything.
Right. Let me stop you right there, though. See, Master Mineral Solution. Okay, that's the citric acid and the chlorine.
Yes.
Right.
Chlorine dioxide.
Chlorine dioxide. Right. So what's happening with this? Remember, that's just an antioxidant. That's not a nutrient necessarily.
Right.
So you got to have both. In order to fight cancer, you need a feeder and a fighter.
Right.
This is where people miss with the MMS all the time. I see them all the time. They come through and I say, you're doing all the antioxidant, but you got to feed the body. Got it? Yeah. That's why when you see vitamin C at its greatest, one of the most greatest things God has ever created was vitamin C. And literally that could shut down it all. That could shut it all down, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, vitamin C can shut it all because it's a high nutrient and it's an antioxidant. Got it? But when the MMS, when Hubble, what's his name? Humble, John Humble and all them came through and they started doing that, people were getting well, but that was fighting. Not feeding. You got to do both. If you want change, you got to do both. Okay. So keep that in mind. So that means add something like more vitamin C, more greens if you're going to do MMS.
Well, I was doing it, but I quit taking my supplements because it was so much. It was just
Yeah, you're doing
so
too much. I wouldn't do MMS. That's a protocol. Remember, the protocols that go with that can be very complex.
But when I did it, it was
yeah.
my numbers looked amazing.
So why deal with MMS when you got the greatest form of nutrients with the land and sea? You got it right there.
Okay.
You got it. Stick with God.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you, Beverly. All right. Sydney is our last one up, Dr. P.
All right.
Sydney, you there?
Debbie, what's up?
You
That's
are
Debbie.
muted, Sydney.
It's just Debbie.
Hey,
She's
hi, everybody.
I'm sorry, Debbie.
You better get off Sydney's iPad.
You hear me?
That's right. Get off Sydney's iPad.
I have to get my own. But I just had a question about the aloe vera gel. I know you had told me to drink it like 30 minutes before I eat to help my assimilation. But you mentioned something about it not having the carrageenan.
Carrageenan, yeah. And that was just on your situation, yes. Yeah, some people with carrageenan will not bother.
Okay.
But in your situation, I was saying definitely you got to watch it. So it may be well for you to grab the actual plant leaf itself. Okay, grab the plant leaf itself.
You cut it open and scrub it?
Yep, you got it. And you can store it. Store it up in the refrigerator and you just take it on a regular. So you can go right to the, most stores will carry, like a lot of the cultural markets will carry the leaves. So grab you about 3 or 4 of them, and just, shave it on down, put it right into and store it up. Okay.
So when I scrape the gel, do I put it in something and store that? You're saying store the leaf.
You store the gel. That's what you do. You would store the gel. Yeah. Straight from the leaf. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Dr. B, that's the last one out of the hopper, man.
That's the last
Can you believe that? I can't believe
Y'all
it.
brought it tonight. I want to say,
and made it at 9 o'clock. Yeah, she was on his way. Hallelujah.
Is Prophet still in here?
Yeah, she there. hey, shaking the stick.
Yes. He's saying it like y'all just made it in time. Yes. Hey, I want to say before anything, let's give the 2 people that the moderators a hand. Let's give First Prophetess a hand. Let's give her a hand, y'all.
Yeah. She's the bestest.
Hey, fingers. All right.
Fingers.
And then, of course, Big B. 1L Morgan, let's give him a hand.
Yo, what's up? Love the place, y'all.
Big P.
Girl,
all right, Big B, show them how they can help us keep this thing going and be a blessing to the family tree and supporting us, Big B.
All right, buddy, you got it. As always, guys, to make sure you get a copy of tonight's chat, send an email to meccavideo@gmail.com. Again, that's meccavideo@gmail.com. To continue to support the family tree, use my Cash App. That's $BILMORGAN, okay? $BILMORGAN. And if you use them to donate through your bank, guess what? That ID is Dr. Paul at drpaulherb.com. And you can also get to me, Bill Morgan, at P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. That's what's up. And that way, guess what? Every week, do what? Bring your friends, bring your enemies, bring everybody right here to the family tree so we can stay all alive. All right.
All right. Thank you, Big B. We appreciate
buddy.
y'all. Did you learn anything this evening, y'all? Put your hands together. Did you learn anything?
Yes, learn.
All right.
So
We said we don't charge you with nothing but the truth. So guess what? You got to go out there.
We've
You got to
always
share
learned
your
so
certificate.
much.
All right, Sybil.
Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all so much. I love y'all
man.
so much. Be blessed. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And thank you for tuning in to the family.
All right.
And what do we always say? Remember, everybody's going through something.
Good night.
That's right.
But if you're breathing,
You gotta shout.
shout.
All right, guys.
Put it together.
Hey.
Let's grab it out.
All right. Dr. Peters, help out, buddy.
Thank you, Big D.
Thank you,
Thank you, Big
buddy.
D.
Thank you, Prophetess, for keeping us on tap.
Y'all.
Yeah. Oh, now.
Come on down. That's right. Yeah, you should be doing this every day, y'all. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see you, Carol G. What's up, Carol?
Yeah. All right. Sarita. Hey.
You better do it right, boy.
Yeah.
All right.
Sienna Marshall, glad you made it to the family tree on YouTube. Hey.
In the right side.
Yeah.
And breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. I want you to take your hands and just push like that. Connect them together and then push. Now raise it to the top.
Yeah.
Get that nice stretch in there. Marcy like that one, Big B.
Yeah.
Your other lap.
What the hell out of me? Wow. Get it, Karen. Your buddy. Hey. Marcy.
Bring it on down.
All right.
Hey, clap it up.
Decoya.
Get that heat going. Now let's get some road together. Come on, you gotta generate this heat. Because we're doing this thing called the energy bath. The Qigong on the bed, right?
Yo, buddy.
You got that energy going? Is it feeling hot in your hands? Feel it? All right. 2, 3. And then rub it on down.
Yeah.
Don't touch yourself. I know you're tempted. Don't touch yourself. There you go. Too hot to handle. There you go.
That's what's up, Dr. P.
All right. And this also works for pain. You got pain in the knee, pain in the shoulder.
Yes.
Pain. All right. Take it, put it on that area of the shoulder or the knee or wherever you want. Rub it on down. Take it all the way to the ground. Good. And last one. Let's do one more.
Playing Dr. Paul.
And pause. Roll the top one, keep the bottom one still. You feel that ball? That feels big. Oh, let it down. And thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, buddy.
God bless y'all, man. God keep y'all. Thanks for tuning in to the family.
Big praise. Yeah.
Y'all have a wonderful evening. Love y'all. Y'all can dance if y'all want to. You can dance out there, Big B. You can dance out there. Nowhere else you dancing on Zoom.
I know that's right. Nobody knows what's up on the train.
Marcy, I see you. Marcy got a perfect. Go ahead, Karen. I see you, bro.
Get it, Cam. Get it, buddy. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Yvette. I see you.
Go ahead, Yvette.
Yeah. Get it. Get it, Mariah. Get it, Mariah. Yeah.
All right.
right, Big Keith, get it, buddy.
All right.
Yeah,
You
man.
wanna count it on, Dennis?
6.
Yeah.
5. 4.
Yeah.
3. 2.
Everybody, that's what's up. Yeah.
Thank you.
See y'all later, Big B. We'll check you on the weekend, buddy.
You got it, buddy.
All right, God bless y'all.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Love you.